Good morning. Good morning from Los Angeles. Welcome to Power Hour. It's Friday. It's sell-off Friday. We're back to tariff musical chairs, it looks like. Good morning. This is your host, Sergio, with Power Hour every Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, followed by two more live streams every week. Trading with Sergio on Monday and Trading with Sergio on Wednesday. And one more live stream with my members Wednesdays at 4:30 p.m. Pacific. How's everybody doing? Um, Thank you for Quant Data for the hat. Appreciate it, William. Hope you're doing well. They're a good outfit out of Canada, Vancouver, Canada. They don't draw lines. They do day trade. They do zero DT trading quite often, and they have a free Discord, free, unlike many other folks, that you can just go listen. They mostly sell credit on zero DTEs. So on a day like today, I'm not sure how they're doing, but they usually do well. And they do not draw chopsticks on charts. They don't pay attention to any of that stuff. What they do is they pay attention to, obviously, all the Greeks, but money flow. And it's a really, really great outfit. And free Discord. If nothing else, just go listen. You will learn quite a bit. I do show up probably once a week or so, maybe every 10 days, to give my put my 2 cents in. I like what they're doing. They're data-based analysis as opposed to, I don't know, chopsticks. Look, technical analysis has its value, obviously. It works because a lot of people do follow it. But on a day like today, for example, where's your technical analysis? Where's your technical analysis? I put a video, I got a bunch of hate yesterday. I put a video out on BMNR, all these ex-fools. I'm going to call them fools at this point. They're drawing these wedges and lines and, on BMNR. In fact, I was on TJ the Wheel Deals live stream yesterday. It's useless. It's meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. You can draw all the lines you want. All you're going to do is adjust your lines. You just trade what the market's giving you. A lot of folks just, they're so used to market going up that I'm going to be very interested in reading Twitter today. It'll be interesting. This one day pullback will look like a little bit of a crash to a lot of folks because stonks only go up, as we know. Look, man, you got to trade what's in front of you. You got to size correctly. You got to risk manage correctly. All this stuff has to happen. Otherwise, on days like this, it's going to hurt. And, I was hedged. I probably got a little early. I was hedged with UPRO puts and they printed, And I got out, doubled. Now my account's green for the day. My longs were protected. I cleaned up a lot of other stuff. You just do it, You just don't go, oh, it'll be okay. Oh, it'll be going up one day. So anyway, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Power Hour. I will go through the positions. Actually, let me post a couple of things before I go further. I would like to post my website that we launched about 10 days ago. I don't sell anything. I don't have nothing to prove. I've been doing this for a long time. Here's the website. Please go subscribe. There's going to be a free newsletter that's going out every Monday. It's going to be about macro. It's going to be about trading. There's going to be something for everyone. All I'm trying to do is pay it forward. I'm not asking for your name. I'm not asking for your phone number. I'm not asking for any of that. Just put your email in, and every Monday you'll get in your mailbox. And it's not going to be a long one. It's probably a short little, article about what's going on. It'll be macro, it'll be trading, it'll be for newbies, advanced. Most people don't even know what stocks are. Just I'm just trying to inform and educate and pay it forward. So I would love for you to go subscribe. When you go to the website, just there's a blue subscribe button. You click it. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, or you can subscribe to the newsletter. So either way, both would be appreciated. The other thing is, I'll go through my positions. So today, President Trump started talking tough again on China about rare earths. And I mean, the government has been buying, like they just bought it in LAC, Lithium America. They're buying stakes in rare earth companies. The government is, which is fine. I mean, yes and no to a point, actually. Government being owners of private or public companies, I'm not sure, but I guess look at it as the U.S. hedge fund, or the U.S. investment fund kind of a thing, and they do well. Stocks go up. So my point in all of this is, the second he tweeted, just the S&P just fell off, and we'll see how it settles. I mean, the crowd is so used to buying the dip that I have a FYI, I have a members group on Telegram, and I don't see any of my members. I wonder if they're seeing this. Anyway, within like literally 0.5% down, they're all like, "Is it buying time now?" I'm going like, "Okay, you guys do it that way." But again, this dip probably will be bought as well, because over the weekend, President Trump may say, "Just kidding," or whatever. I doubt it. But my point in all this is the tariff issue has never been settled anyway. I mean, we don't know where it's going. April 2nd, we all started with the tariffs, right? Liberation Day, and then we know what happened. And then it kind of went away. There's a lot of this talk, and we put tariffs on this country, take it off this country, reduce it on this. I just lost track. More importantly, more than losing track, I lost interest, actually. So I don't even know where things are at the moment, because some of the federal judges said that's illegal. They're going to the Supreme Court now. I mean, look, I don't know what's going on. Honestly, I just trade what's in front of me. The market's going to tell me what's happening. And long story short, today he said, China is talking tough on China again. China is controlling the rare earth materials around the globe. They have been doing it, and they have done a good job. They've gone to Africa, they've gone to all the countries and made massive investments, because we know where this is going. And now U.S. is trying to catch up. And the past administrations never paid attention to China. Well, now we're paying attention to China, because I think in AI, in rare earths, and everything else, China is the competition. And, we don't want to obviously trail as a global superpower. So we'll see. We'll see where this sell-off goes. I mean, market was due for a sell-off, I'm pretty sure. This grinding higher every day, squeezing itself into some sort of a, whatever is, when it unwinds this way. Is it a one-day thing? We'll find out. Is it a 2-day thing, a week thing, or look, we have been over the 50-day EMA, exponential moving average, for the last 112 days. Without touching it, without testing it, we're still not even close. Although today we're taking under, or going under, the 20 EMA, which a lot of FinTwits now are going to go, "Ooh, we're breaking down. What a massive sell-off." And I'm like, whatever. Honestly, Twitter is entertainment for me now, because after this chopstick point BMNR stuff that they put up, I'm going like, these people have no clue what the fuck they're saying. Most of them anyway. There are a couple that are just, I understand, they're pros, but long story short, you got to always protect yourself. Now, most of you may say, "Oh, you got lucky with the UPRO puts." No, I didn't get lucky. I hedged myself because I looked at my portfolio. I'm too long, one-sided. You hedge. I mean, it worked out today. I was going to hold them all the way through anyway, because I had sold today's expiration puts against my long puts. But the point, again, in all of this is you have to create a balance. You can't be 100% long. If you're 100% long with no hedge, at least maybe the futures or something, your account's going to get hit today, without a question, because all the nosebleed stocks, some of them actually are going the other direction, like the quantum computing stocks are going the other direction. The funniest part is that I bought some 2x inverse ETF on IONQ, which has become a $30 billion company with zero sales, maybe very little sales. Forget profits. I traded in and out. I kept some. The point I'm trying to make is today they announced a $2 billion secondary. Okay, somebody is giving this company $2 billion for the future. Stock is priced for 10 years out. Okay, there are many of them out there like that. Like Oklo is one. A lot of these power stocks are like that. I have a very good video coming out on AI today. The AI musical chairs, right? Well, you guys will enjoy that one. The point in all of this is things are extremely stretched, and things, valuations, first of all, out of the window. I can't even pay attention to that, because if it was up the valuation, I wouldn't be able to buy any of this stuff or trade any of this stuff. But the thing is, when all this started, total market capitalization of IONQ was $2 billion. Today they're raising, when this move started on IONQ, the company was worth $2 billion market cap. Today it's worth, with the move down a little bit, maybe $27 billion market cap, with zero profits for the foreseeable future. I'm talking a decade, and with minuscule revenue. There are many of them. All these quantum computing stocks are doing that, but you can't argue with the market. Stock price is the stock price, right? So they're doing a secondary at $2 billion worth secondary, and somebody decided to give them $2 billion. It's hilarious. That's why market needs a little bit of a cool off period, I think. And this tweet, probably, or whatever President Trump said, probably came timely. And but I'm pretty sure this dip will also be bought. I'll wait a couple days. We'll see what happens. I added to some positions, actually. I'm trying to get out of some put credit spreads that are expiring next week. I don't want to F around and find out, FAFO moment. We don't want that. So you take your profits. Probably should have done it yesterday, but should have, would have, could have. So yeah, okay, there you go. See, good morning, everyone. Let's see. Lich, New York. I'm hoping things don't get out of hand. Look, man, this musical chairs has been going on. Honestly, the only thing that could be bad, horrible, actually, if we get into some sort of a conflict, and I'm talking military conflict over Taiwan. If China does something, we know that threat's always there. Hopefully, it doesn't get there. I doubt it. I sold 135 strike cover calls on SoFi this morning. Sure, why not? I have zero use for cover calls. I mean, look, if you're long, 10,000 shares, stock is 29. Why not? I think. I mean, you didn't take in much. I'm pretty sure, but you took in something. You lower your cost basis. It's a little rental money for you. There you go. TB says, buying the Trump dip. There you go. Keep buying the dips. It'll work until it doesn't work. I'm not saying it's going to work or it's not going to work. But I'm sure you're not alone when it comes to buying the dip. I mean, my member group was like, should we buy the dip already? I'm like, we just sold off for like 15 minutes. And I'm like, okay, well, look, I've done this for a long, long time. I've seen it all, but things have changed. What is happening today is not what I know. It's not normal. But most people who have gotten into trading during the pandemic because they were sitting at home. And, thanks to Robinhood, which democratized trading for everyone, retail got a lot stronger. And retail is moving markets now, right? We used to have a saying about retail when I was on the desk. It was dumb money. In those days, definitely dumb money. Today, I think the institutions are dumb money because they can't even outperform the benchmarks. How many hedge funds outperform the benchmarks? 2%. How many mutual funds outperform the benchmarks? There's close to 5,000 mutual funds out there. These are all pros, MBAs, Wharton graduates, best computers, best analysts. They can't beat the benchmark. Forget about anything else. So the dumb money now is the institutional money. They just go follow sheep, like go here, go there. So retail definitely has power. But for me, the important thing is, buying every dip is fine. It worked for the last 3 years. But most of you who are trading today or who are involved in markets have zero recollection of history or zero idea about history. Look, history is important. You got to know. Just like you root for a team, you know their history, they're all-stars from 15, 20 years ago, if you're a true fan. I'm a true fan of market history, besides being a trader. Well, we know what has happened. Now, are the circumstances the same for that to happen again? When I'm talking 2000 dot-com bubble, there are a lot of similarities of what's going on today with the 2000 dot-com bubble, such as the AI circle jerk. It's like OpenAI invests in Oracle invests in, NVIDIA invests in AMD or Intel, and the circle jerk. The same 100 billion, 200, 500 billion dollars is going around. That's the same story as, Goldman Sachs gives B of A $10, B of A stock goes up. B of A gives JP Morgan $10, JP Morgan stock goes up. It's the same $10. The JP Morgan goes around, gives Wells Fargo $10, Wells Fargo stock goes up. And then Wells Fargo turns around, gives it back to Goldman. It's back to where it started. Goldman goes up. Hey, that's what's happening in AI. Where is the ROI on this? Is the ROI, ROC going to be there with all the spend? I mean, these people are spending hundreds of billions of dollars. Okay. And then, when AI sure comes around and AGI comes around, what's the effect on the society? Okay, we need to start thinking about these things. You can't trade zero DTEs thinking like that, but I do think about it, and there are a lot of similarities between dot-com bubble and today, and there are a lot of similarities between what happened to WorldCom and Enron and things like that, with the circle jerk going around. Again, I'm not saying any of this is happening. All I'm saying is you just study history. Then you have history again in 2008, GFC. Is it there? No, of course not. Banks are in much better shape than they were before. But no, understand history that sometimes things do get out of control. Sometimes system breaks. Sometimes there are some weak players in the system that need to get flushed out. And when that happens, due to so much leverage in the system globally, we have $330 trillion of debt sloshing around the globe today. Okay? Again, you can't trade zero DTs understanding this, but at least understand it. And always be cautious, right? Always be cognizant of the fact that things have happened in the past, and one time this 3% pullback or 2% pullback is not going to be a viable dip, just because it has been for the last 2.5, 3 years. Again, people's attitude are they have not seen anything more than that in the past, maybe 5% pullback. I mean, what happened in April is a good point, right? Everybody thought, yeah, I'll buy the dip. Well, if you bought the dip, you got smashed. Now, the V bottom happened, and then market came back and saved your ass and gave you more. But that's also not normal. Folks, what's happening today to stocks when they move, and we're talking hundreds of billions of dollars worth of companies moving 50, 60 points or 2, 3, $400 billion in market cap every day, that is not normal. I can assure you that's not normal. What's happening with these overvalued quantum stocks, that's not normal. What's happening with these power generation stocks, because AI is going to need all the power, like Oklo and, IREN and all these other companies. Stocks don't move like that. Now, what are we pricing these stocks for, especially if they don't even have a dollar's worth of revenue? Forget earnings. What are we? Because at some point, At some point, fundamentals will take over. Momentum is something that we trade, and it's very powerful, and you can't argue with momentum. I mean, momentum is there, but the momentum, when it ends, nobody knows when it ends, and it ends out of the blue like that, and then now you're holding the bag. And to me, that's when you're going to be in trouble, thinking, yes, it will come back, yes, this was the Bible dip or whatever. But for the last 3 years, right, dip has been bought. What happened from 2021 all the way to the end of 2022, when Fed was going into an interest rate hiking cycle? Not too good, right? Not too good. So there are grinding markets, bear markets down, but worst comes to worst, bear markets on average last about 18 months. We're not even close to a bear market. We were just making an all-time high yesterday. So the point is, be careful, manage risk properly, set a goal, and you'll be fine. Keep your drawdowns to a minimum, because not every time the market's going to put in a V bottom and come back and save you. Okay. In April, I'm pretty sure most of your accounts went down 40, 50, 60%. Yes, the market came back and saved you. But how about this? How about during the drawdown, you kept it only maybe 10, 12, 15% max? Because to come back to even from 15%, all you have to do is go get up 22%. But to come back from a 50% drawdown, you have to double your account just to be back to where you were. So it's simple math. I pay attention to these things at this stage of my career, in my life, in my financial situation. I don't need the excitement. I have a goal in mind. Hopefully, I'll attain it at the end of the year. I want to obviously beat the benchmark by probably 5x. And if I can do that after taxes and slippage and commissions, I'll be fine. But everybody should have some sort of an idea of history, like what has happened in the past. Again, not saying it's going to happen again, but history does repeat, because for all of you who draw chopsticks or technical analysis, I am as good a chart reader as anyone I know. And sometimes, sometimes things don't hold where they're supposed to hold. And my biggest concern is people do not know what could happen. Now, does that stop me from buying in Rigetti at 5 and selling it at 45? Or, yeah, of course. Does that stop me from doing it? It's not paralysis through analysis. It's common sense, because I've seen this movie a million times in the last 30 plus years, right? Somebody has to hold the bag on these, because a company that has no revenue, and there are many of these out there, many that are getting priced for beyond perfection now, right? Okay. What happens in our markets is stocks move first. The price moves first, and then earnings catch up. Well, what earnings? We don't even have revenue. Forget about earnings. Earnings will come. But what will happen is stock will move, and people will go like, why is the stock moving? I'm like, nobody understands. But the market is that. The whoosh will come, stock will move. And then it will consolidate for 6 months. And then earnings will catch up. The next quarter will show up. Earnings will be announced. Stock will move higher. And then earnings will catch up. But right now, the stocks are moving in this level, parabolic, for companies who forget earnings. They don't have revenue. I can't even put a price to sales multiple on these stocks. Forget about price to earnings and all that old stuff that we used to follow, right? And again, fundamentals do make a difference. But then I'd use both. I think about fundamentals, macro, and I call myself a techno-fundamentalist. I can read charts as well as anyone on the internet. But then I watch charts, they tell me the past, they don't tell me the future. Yes, patterns sometimes are repeating, I get that. But I watch naked charts. I don't draw lines, because all that does is create bias for yourself. That's when the trouble shows up. On a day like today, that's when trouble shows up. On a day like today, if you're day trading, you could have drawn lines 50 times over. You have adjusted your lines 50 times already. But again and again, all I'm saying is, watch your drawdowns, keep them to a minimum, and, so that on the comeback, your account could get to an all-time high. That's all you have to do. Just watch. Watch your account equity. That's what I trade. I have like 10, 15 positions in the account. Puts, calls, stocks, this, that. They're all doing something, and they're all getting marked to market every single second of the day. but that's all reflected on the upper left-hand corner on Thinkorswim, where your account equity is. If you had $10 yesterday and you have $11 today, you're up 10%. At the end of the day, that number is going to be green or red. Very, very infrequently, it'll be unchanged, which is impossible. I have a six-figure account. It's always red or green. Well, when it's green, that means overall, the positions that I've set up for myself are helping my account equity. But that's what I watch. I don't watch each individual stuff, although I do watch each individual stuff with the risk parameters that I've set, because when they get there, or taking profits or taking losses, when they get there, I'll do it. But all of it, every second of the day, is reflected in account equity. And that's what I'm trying to teach my members all the time. You got to trade account equity. Don't worry about this individual position. Size correctly, allocate correctly, and trade your account equity. If you're doing the right things, account equity should make all-time high after all-time high. And the drawdown should be minimum. So anyway, good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, Louis, good morning. Doug, good morning. TV says buying the Trump dip. Great. Elara says not recommending to buy dips this time. Why not? Why not? What's so different this time? See, this is why we have a market. One comment before TV says buying the Trump dip. Literally the next comment, 2 minutes later, Elara says not recommending to buy dips this time. That's exactly how we have a market. And the market is the best pricing mechanism on the planet, because TB has the diametrically opposed idea of Elara. TB says, I'm buying the dip. Elara says, I'm not buying the dip. Now, she's not selling, I'm selling the dip. But let's say there is a buyer and there is a non-buyer, or let's call her a seller, okay? So that's how the market functions, and that's why we have the best markets on the planet. And here's my favorite, Mr. Premium of the option. Happy Friday, cover calls printing. He does this to me every single time. When the market's down, his cover calls are printing, but he's not figuring out that the underlying is getting killed. That's why the cover calls are printing. You know, he's the man that picks up all these pennies in front of the bulldozer. I love him to death. And then on up days, he goes, oh, cash figure puts are printing. I'm like, okay, cool. I love it. I love it. You know, he's good at picking up pennies in front of a bulldozer. I love it. Traveler, hey, with the bug eyes, good morning. Ilana puts up 75, yeah. I had 65 of the UPRO 110 puts expiring next Friday. They closed at $1 and they hit, I think, 4 today or 4.5. At the moment, I don't know where they are. I took my profits. I took them at $1.50. And I mean, I took the profits because my account was literally 80% long, and then those puts saved my ass today. Otherwise, my account would be big red today. Big red. Thank you, man. Thank you for the support. So I put the website up, but let me put this up again because there's more of you here now. I would really appreciate your support in going and subscribing to my free newsletter on my, I'm not going to say brand new. I launched it 10 days ago. Just go visit it. Go take a walk through. In fact, you guys can let me know what you think of it. Here's my website. Besides the YouTube channel, all I'm trying to do is pay it forward, educate, inform. And there's going to be a free newsletter. The first edition of the free newsletter is going out this Monday around noon Pacific. So if you do subscribe, I'm not selling you anything. I am not, I'm asking your phone number. I don't have a Discord. I'm not doing any of that. All I'm saying is I think information and education is lacking. And if you do like it, if you do become a member, please send it or forward it to other folks in your life, because everybody knows somebody. And you don't have to be involved in the markets. It's not about trading. It's about investing, long-term investing, active, passive investing. You know, there's going to be something for everyone. And because I do truly, I do believe I'm blessed in this country. I'm an immigrant. I was an immigrant, came to go to school, went to Wall Street. This country has given me everything I have, just a little bit of a payback. What's the payback? Correct information, correct education, because we're teaching our kids everything at school, from, we know, sex education to all the way what? It starts in elementary school all the way to college. One thing we don't teach is how to create your own financial freedom, because we are all in charge of our own financial freedom. We are in charge. The government's not going to give it to you. If you're lucky enough, maybe your parents will give it to you, but most of us are not. You got to create it. And if you're young, if you're not investing, you're doing the biggest disservice for yourself, to yourself. You need to invest, regardless of what the market is doing. There is a saying, time spent in the market, okay, is a lot better or more profitable or more beneficial than time spent timing the market. I can do it. I've done it. But then again, I have an investment account. I have a trading account. I wish all of you should do the same. And you go, well, I don't have any money. I don't. Just put $5 in, $10, $20. Young enough, start. Look at 30, 40 years. That's going to be $1 million, $2 million. Because that's the power of compounding. That's the power of the rule of 72. You guys need to do it. If you're young, old, whatever, you need to do it. You must start investing, okay? Because without that, who's going to come for help? Because you have a government that's debasing your currency. You have a government that's turning your dollar fiat currency into toilet paper. Who else is going to help you other than you? And I'm trying, okay? So please go subscribe to the newsletter and pass it on, if you do like it. And it's a really cool website. It's not heavy, it's friendly, and there's going to be many more tools on there coming up. So we're going to keep adding. But no, thank you, man. Thank you for the support. What's author said? We're not. No, what bear market? We just made an all-time high yesterday. CNBC clowns will put on what is the definition of bear market when we're down 25%? In that 25%, my account got hammered already by 60% probably, because I'm dealing with 2-3 beta stocks. I honestly don't pay any attention to any of these people, because they're as clueless as anybody else. They're as clueless as these people who drawing lines last 3 days on BMNR. So for all those folks who I put the video out yesterday on the channel, I go, chopsticks technical analysis doesn't work on any of these things, especially these DATs. DATs are digital asset treasuries. You can't do that. There's an underlying. There's a dog. The dog is Bitcoin. The dog is Ethereum. The dog is Solana. Now you have these DATs. That's the tail. The tail ain't wagging the dog. Dog is wagging the tail. So when you look at BMNR or SBAD or this or that and draw lines, you're a fool. You're a complete and utter fool, because there is an underlying that's going to, if that doesn't move, if ETH doesn't move, BMNR is not going anywhere by itself. Correct? Okay. So when I said that, people go like, oh, I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And my X feed, holy crap. The feed is really good, because I must have clicked on a couple of these things just to laugh at it or post it on my Telegram chat group. Holy crap, my whole feed is now full of BMNR charts. It's spiting me now. I go like, Serge, look at this chart, look at that chart. I'm like, I can't look at any of this stuff. It doesn't make sense. Right? Doesn't make sense. I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. But anyway. All righty, Laura, yeah, I'm in the gold. I said that like 6-8 months ago. Gold going to 4,000. It's at 4,000. It's extended. Look, all these things are extended. Markets, all asset classes are extended as far as I'm concerned. Gold is, but what does that create? Pullback, buying opportunity, right? Okay, all asset classes are extended. We're cutting interest rates. We're going to cut interest rates 2 more times. I have no idea why. I think I know pretty much why, because I think, look, I've done videos and talked about this quite a bit. Why is the Fed cutting the rates when all asset classes are an all-time high? Trouble ahead? Well, if the Fed's cutting interest rates because the economy is slowing, where the market is today cannot sustain itself. It just cannot. So we'll find out. We'll find out. Ichimoku Cloud. No, you know what I follow? I know about it. I'm an old bar chart guy. I really just look at charts just to have a idea of where things are or where things could be, because where they came from, because it doesn't tell me the future. Look, there is no indicator or there is no analysis, technical analysis tool that tells you what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay? There's no leading indicator. They're all lagging indicators in their ways. I just look at it, just get like a reference point of where they have been, where they could be. Other than that, no. There is no foolproof tool. What quant data is doing reasonably foolproof, because they're not looking at charts. What they're doing is they're analyzing data. They're analyzing massive option flow. Now on that one, with 0DTs trading 40 million contracts a day these days on the indexes and individual equity names, on those now, the tail started wagging the dog, because where those 0DTEs go, it moves, actually the flow of those moves the indexes around these days. So you got to be really careful about that. Like the author said, I'm the author, I'm assuming. $5 on put position. Okay, cool. There you go. BMNU YOLO bet. Good luck. Good luck. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know if you're real or bot, but I appreciate it. All right, so let's go look at the charts. Oh, you know what? No, hold on, right here. Let me put the link up. I'll be on for probably another half hour. Here's the link. If you guys want to come on, please do so. Grab the link. All I ask you is you're in a quiet place with good internet reception, so we don't get cut off. We can talk about anything you guys want. Here is that. Oh, we might have just made it lower low. It's just bouncing up a little bit. Okay, cool. Yeah, we had some trade on that one, on NUGT. Yeah, I don't like ETNs. I don't like ETFs, but I don't like ETNs either. So what's going on today? Let's see. You guys can see that, right? Okay, let's go. Well, this is what Trump whoosh did. This is the 2-minute chart on SPX, but I'll just look at charts again. Like some of these, okay, like I'm some of these. Oh, BMNR must be getting it up to, you know what? Let's see. Oh, only down 4. Yeah. What happened to the chopstick, guys? Oh, it's a fake breakout now? Jesus fucking Christ. It's funny, bro. These people are funny. All right. So what do we have? We have, I'm involved in this merger, so I'm trying to actually hedge myself or protect myself to a point. Actually, let me go sell these puts real quick. Hold on, guys. Because I had a put credit spread that I bought the puts back this morning. Leave the puts alone. They're expiring next Friday. I want to clean up 55 of those. We did it. Thank God. Okay, so we closed them up at 30 cents. I bought them back at 45, sold them at 15. We're done. Okay, that was a DFDV. It's a Solana DAT. I had put on 55 put credit spreads expiring next week at $1.11 or 12. Yesterday I could have bought them back at 20 cents. I didn't today. I just finished it, closed it. I'm okay. Made a shit ton of money, so I'm happy with it. All right, so what else we got? So ASST, I'm long. I'm going out to January 2027 on ASST. They're buying Semler Scientific. Again, I'm a huge bull, by the way, on Bitcoin, Ethereum. I am not bearish. I'm bullish, but long term. So I'm setting up this position long term. I'm long January 2.5 calls, 160 of them, and I'm also long 90 of the January 5 calls. They're buying Semler Scientific. They're going to double. Look, it's a long story. I've talked about this in the past. So basically, I'm in a call debit spread going out to January 15, 2027. So that's that. DeFi development, I was short 55 put credit spreads. I closed them up. I don't want, no FAFO for me. I've seen this FAFO moments before. I'm not going to FAFO. FAFO, you guys know what that means. I was long 8,500 shares of INHD, took my loss, got out this morning. I am long. I was long 6,500 shares. Now I'm only long 1,000. I will add to this. This is IONZ. This is the inverse ETF of IONQ. I'm long like 1,000 shares at 288. This is 314, and oh, it got up to 335 today. Okay, cool. Yeah. Anyway, I'm short 40 PCS is put credit spreads on MSOX, which is the 2x ETF of. Oh, I have my bunch of buy orders. I didn't get them, did I? Let's cancel those. Okay. MSOX is the 2x ETF of MSOS, which is the cannabis ETF. I'm short 40 put credit spreads, 7s and 5s. Look at what the market maker does when stuff gets like a little nervous. I'm willing to get assigned these things for sure. I'm willing to own MSOX at 620. My cost is I put them on at 80 cents. Max loss is 2. If it gets there, I'll do it. So look at what the market does. Okay, the market maker, 35 bid $1.40 offer. Right, this is what the market makers will do to you. I was one. I used to do this. So sorry. But yeah, we just widen the spread. We just make it untradeable. We just don't want you to trade. I don't want you to come hit my bid, and I want you to come take my offer. I will do it on SPX, create liquidity for you, but on this other stuff, no chance. Okay, the other one, I'm short 900 shares of Rigetti. But I'm also short, as you guys can see, all these puts that are expiring today. So my cost basis is going to go up. This is a covered put as opposed to a covered call. I'm shocked that this thing is not down more. Actually, I think it's probably green. It looks like, I don't know. It's crazy. Well, it'll end. It'll end in tears. I'm not worried about it. So this is SBET. I like this more than BMNR actually, although it's down quite sharply today. But I will accumulate. So I'm going out to January with this. In fact, I'm going to buy some more options on this. I'm buying the January 15 calls at 365, hopefully. Okay, done. Okay, we bought some more calls at 365. We'll just keep those. So I'm long 2,000 shares of 1718. We're down to 1543. I will buy some more shares of SBET. This is, unlike BMNR, is trading at 0.90 MNAV. I have a PCS that I'm trying to sell. Put credit spread, 1512.5 put credit spread going out to January 16th. I'm also short 30 calls. That's like a covered situation. So I will sell more calls. So the position is I'm in a put credit spread, 1512.5 put credit spread. Take that money, buy a call debit spread, 1525. I'm giving myself plenty upside. I'm also long 2,000 shares of stock. In fact, I will buy some more stock right about 15 range. This is the one that goes with ASST, Semler Scientific. Oh man, what a headache. Look at these bids and offers. $1.40 bid, 440 offer, 250 bid, 5 offer, 350 bid, 730 offer, 0 bid, 265 offer. How do I trade this stuff? I can't. So we gotta wait until the merger goes through. So the merger between ASST, which is at $1.70, and S Semler is that it's going to be a share for share, 21 shares of ASST for 1 share of Semler. Well, I'm long on this one. I'm long the synthetic. In fact, but today I bought the calls back, the short calls back with a profit. So the original position was I was short the 30 puts, long the 25 puts, defined risk down trade. As you guys notice, all these positions I'm putting on these DATs meaning digital asset treasury companies, are defined risk downside because nobody talks about the downside. In fact, on TJ's show yesterday, I talked about the downside. And it's happening today to a degree, right? I don't know. I mean, who knows? Ethereum could go to 3,000. Where's SBAC going to be? 5. I don't want to hold the bag. I don't want to deal with that, right? So all of this, you guys got to be careful. So anyway, this is also put credit spread 25. short the 30s, long the 25s on SMLR, Semler Scientific. And I took in, let's see how much we took in. 5 and 240. So 260 I took in credit. And with that money, I turned around and bought the 30 calls and sold the 40 calls. I bought the 40 calls back today with about 40% profit. So I'll let it run if it's going to run. So long story short, ASST is going to buy Semler Scientific for their Bitcoin haul because Semler bought, they're not a DAT, but they're a medical equipment company, but they had bought Bitcoin last year at a really good price. So ASST is taking them over. 21 shares. So $1.70 times 21 is still about 38. So there's an arbitrage possibility here, but I'm not going to mess with that. I'm just going to let it play itself through. It's messing up my account equity horribly, though. These wide spreads on 50 options. Yeah, I mean, my account is moving like $5,000 every other minute. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And this is the position that saved my butt for today anyway. Actually, it looks like I sold it early. I was long 65 of the UPRO 110 puts expiring next Friday, but I was also short 65 of the 105 puts expiring today. I closed them. My overall cost was about $1.50. I closed them right around 3 range, and it looks like they're definitely higher now. It's probably 4.25 range. So, and market's selling off, folks. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to mess with any of this stuff. I have a PCS that I'm going to put out at 150. Oh, is it 145? Let's move that to 150 on SBET. So I'm shorting 15s, buying 12.5. I will buy more calls actually on that one, January calls. I'm not going to buy the puts back. I'll buy a little bit more shares, just accumulate slowly. I mean, I'm short Rigetti. I don't think it's helping that much. It'll probably help on Monday if we keep tanking. Good, I closed the FDV. Good, I am here. I mean, I cleaned up quite nicely. So the only thing now I have is MSOX put credit spread expiring next Friday. I took an 80 cents, 7.5 PCS. I think I'll take the shares if he's going to give it to me. Honestly, that thing was like over 10 actually a couple of days ago. I'll take the shares. I'll take 4,000 shares at 7 minus 80 cents, which is, yeah, I can't play this game with him. When he has a 35, 140 bid and ask on these things, I can't close this position. I could have closed it yesterday. I mean, so 40 times 8 is 3,200 potential profit here. And at the moment, it shows $67. 5 days, it has to stay above 7. It's 3,200. I mean, I can't play this game with these guys. I am playing it correctly, but they can suck it. Yeah, I cleaned up nicely, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's where we are. I got cleaned up, no more puts, no more protection, but then my long exposure is so much less now and I'm still short Rigetti, so I can't wait until this thing goes to 10. I mean, look, again, sizing is important, right? Every size that I put on is proper. I could have gone short at 5,000 shares of Rigetti, and my account can handle it, but it's not a goddamn chance I will do that, right? Because then you can blow yourself out of the water, So, yeah, cleaned up pretty much. Just gotta wait now. Wait for MSOX. Got out of the FTV. I want to add to SBET. Obviously, it's down to 1545. I think MNAV is like at 0.9 on that one now. I will definitely keep selling PCS 15.12.5 for $1.50. Max loss 2.5. I'm risking $1. Buying the calls, buying the shares, selling some calls against it, way out of the money. Okay, that's the position I'm putting on. Defined risk downside with plenty of upside in case Ethereum breaks out and goes to 8,000 by January, like Tom Lee's saying. Again, don't do any of these things because Tom Lee's involved. He's the GOAT. I like it quite a bit. All good. But you cannot just do this without understanding what you're getting into. Don't do it. It's nuts if you're doing it. All right. So maybe, today we may have a little. Well, are we going to have a bounce today or are we just going to die today? I don't know. What do you guys say? Let's look at some charts. Do we need to look at charts? Yeah, we should look at charts. Should do some chopstick analysis. What am I looking at here? This is weekly SPAD. No, man, we don't want to look at weekly. All right, so this is SPX or SPY. Let's look at SPY. Dangerous stuff here. So MACD is finally turning down. You know, we've been grinding higher for the last 120 days while MACD did not make a higher high. So you know, a lot of people, volume is pretty good today, actually. A lot of people are going to call this bearish divergence. You know, not yet until we go under zero. So we've been above this is light blue line is a 50 EMA. We've been above it for 118 days, I think. I think it's a record. Today, we're crossing two things. We're breaking the 20 EMA. We're also breaking this uptrend or channel that I drew. These two lines, I know I told you guys I don't like drawing lines, but those are valid lines going back years. Those are proper uptrends. 50 EMA should arrest this, so 652 range or 651, 52 range on SPY, which will be, I don't know, like a 3% correction. That's where all the diamond hands will come in. But so we're breaking the downtrend. So on an E bounce now, I will buy puts again until the market can prove itself otherwise. Same thing is probably happening with triple Qs. Yep, they're breaking under the 20 EMA. 50 EMA is 584, so we have a little bit more room to go. Same thing is happening with the MACD there. Again, just a little bit of a hiccup. We have these, and then market resilient, and just dippers, buyers, whatever you want to call them, come in and buy it. So I'm just not going to go through the Mag 7, but a couple of ridiculous names that I'm going to put up is one is Oklo. Is making a new high today. It's up like 15, 18, 20 more points or some ridiculous thing. This company has zero sales, zero. They have a drawing of their nuclear power plant. That's about it. It's worth, I think it's worth $25 billion market cap. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's look at some of the quantum computing stocks. There's IONQ. I mean, look at these things. It's just ridiculous. Whatever. Hey, man, you know, you just play the game. You play what's presented to you. I shorted Rigetti one time, made money. I'm short again, so hopefully it'll repeat itself. Super strong, but then when the momentum dies, it'll die without any warning. I'm short all the puts. I'll sell the puts again. I mean, you know, I want to get a sign, but and close the short that way, but I'm not going to do it. Here's BMNR. Let's draw some lines on BMNR. I mean, I'm not happy it's down 5, but again and again and again. I saw so many lines. They were drawing this wedge. There's this wedge, which I can draw perfectly well. I can visualize it, actually. They go like, yeah, you broke out on good volume out of the wedge. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? BMNR is not a stock. It depends on this. This is Ethereum grayscale ETF. If you superimpose this on BMNR, it's identical. If Ethereum goes down, BMNR is going to go down. If Ethereum goes up, BMNR is going to go up. Period. If anybody starts saying something else, I'm going to lose my shit. Okay? There you go. BMNR has a 2x ETF called BMNU. It's new. Who was that? He was saying YOLOing into it. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I don't know why, but good luck. I think BMNU has options as well. This is ETHU. This is the 2x ETF of ETH. Okay, we're pulling back into support. I mean, it could get ugly here, but this is Solana's 2x ETF. I like these 2x ETFs. They move. And, you know, if it moves back a little bit, I will definitely put credit spread for November on DFTV. I will do the same things. Just go back to the well, you know? I'm not going to question. 1538. When is my PCS going to get done? I don't know. And let's look at the 2-minute of SPX. It's only 11. We're making lower lows. Hopefully Quant Data Boys did not get hurt today. because they don't usually handle these types of days that well. Okay, this is 1 day, 2 minutes. So this is when the tweet came in. Zip, first a little bounce. Zip, I got out here on my puts. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to be under all of this garbage. We're probably going testing 6,600 at the end of the day. I don't know what MVC is, most valuable contract today, but, you know, this lower low was a bullish divergence actually on MACD, but I don't want to mess with it. I think it's 11 o'clock. I mean, are we going to sell off hard at the end of the day? Open lower on Monday, bounce then? I don't know. I'm not going to mess with it. I have enough exposure. If you guys have any questions, put them up. You know, maybe I'll go through some of the. One of my members had cover calls on it. Did I say I hate cover calls as much as I hate market makers? Cover calls is nothing but picking up pennies in front of a bulldozer. Like on a day like today, okay? All right, let's talk about it. Like that guy said he sold SoFi calls. Okay. SoFi is down $1.50. He said he sold the 35 calls. Okay. How much is that going to protect you? Not much. Stock was 30 almost in the morning, and now it's 26 and a half. And if you sold October calls, how much you sold them for 50 cents, probably at 35s? How much protection is that going to give you? None. And this is the problem. And so one of my members has sold cover calls on APLD. That is ridiculous. It's 39 today. Jesus Christ. But he bought it, right? He bought it at 13, sold some cover calls. Look at these charts. There are many of these charts, by the way, right? There's all these parabolics. Okay, so IREN is one. Let's take a look at that one. You know, these companies have not a pot to piss in, honestly, and then they keep doing what they're doing. Oh, that's reversing finally today. Key reversal day today. SanDisk is another one. ASTS is another one. No earnings, nothing, zero. Rocket Lab is another one. They have some revenue. There you go. I mean, I don't get it. But it's not for me to get. Technicals work on these, right? Cups and handles and breakouts and all that good stuff. Open door. Let's see where that is. Is it in the buy range yet? Because there are a lot of YOLOers on that thing. Oh, okay. It's kind of a consolidation. I'll give it that a crack at 7 probably. Yeah. Okay. No problem. And you know, there's a lot of these nosebleeds that are just don't make sense. But then again, stop questioning the market. The market is always right. Always. Always. So stop questioning the freaking market. The price is right. What you see is it is. It's just, don't create biases and argue with it. Either you're with it or you're without it. That's it. If you can't, I mean, I sat on the sidelines on all these on the upside because I just maybe you know, most pros I think sit on the sidelines on stuff like this. But then I'm very happy for the YOLO crowd that they just go YOLO. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, oh look, man, all I'm trying to do is get to 100% this year. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm just fighting, grinding. I don't remember a year that I've grinded this hard, folks. Honestly, I don't remember. Apple is selling off. I mean, it's okay. I grind so hard this year. I'm pretty close, actually. You know, to maybe next couple of weeks, hopefully, if a couple of things work out. So Apple is kind of breaking down. Affirm, I like that stock quite a bit, actually. What is happening today, man? I like Affirm. Yeah. Now people are going to say, oh, look at that head and shoulder top. I'm like, I don't know. Palantir. Double top, maybe. Who knows? See, I have no lines on any of this stuff. Hood. Okay. Cool. Down a little bit. AMD down 13. Well, yeah. Should it have gone up 50 points, though? This is part of the circle jerk crowd now, right? AI, little Ponzi circle jerk crowd going on. I don't know. I'll probably buy it if it pulled back into the gap. AppLovin finally down 26. Oh, actually, that got nailed the other day. Yeah, okay, retesting. ARQQ, which is another nose-bleeding freaking quantum stock. ASTS, we looked at. S&P down 1.75% today. That's the largest move. Wow, what is VIX doing today? I bet you it's like 19 now. 21. Holy shit, it was 22. Yeah, there you go. There it goes. Everybody in the boat. Everybody in the boat. Ooh, Chinese names are getting killed. There may be a good opportunity actually there. Baba. I would like Baba actually at 445. No, let's see where. 153. Yeah, I like the 50 MA bounce on Baba. What is happening? What? Oh, okay. Baidu. I like that too. We gotta keep an eye on that, folks. My members, keep an eye on Baidu, Baba. What else? Oh, there's one. Weeble. I think the time's come for that. Lockup is over. Trade 180 million shares the other day. I think it's getting there. And then Weeble's 2x ETF is BOLG. Okay. Okay. There is some opportunities on this pullback. I like this little AI stock, BZAI. Blaze Holdings. It's kind of bull flagging. I like this one. Be a little $5 number. Again, none of this is trading, financial, or investment advice. I don't want to hear it. Circle Jerk. Nasty reversal day. Carvana. Nasty day. What is the stock doing at 300 or 400? It's kind of breaking down. Actually, a lot of stocks are rolling over. I'm not impressed. Should I cut more exposure? No, I'm fine. One is long term. The other one is just jerking off, playing around. Banks are selling off last 3 days out of the blue now. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan. I mean, this sell-off was necessary. It's good. Hood down 10. People are going to freak out now. They're not going to say, why is it at 150? But then, don't question it. IONR. What is IONR? I put on my. Is this a? Oh yeah, this is another rare earth kind of a game. Near limited foreign company. I like that chart. It looks nice. JD was everybody's talk. Breaking out. I guess it's not breaking out. I don't know, man. I don't know about this chart thing. I like charts. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking at it. Lemonade is one of my favorites. That's pulling back into support. See, all this pullback is creating some good chances for me because I was feeling left out. You know what? It doesn't matter. I'll make my money one way or the other. Same thing is happening with MSTR and BTC. I was on TJ's and talk about look at MNAV getting crushed on these. Why are you guys paying 50% extra for ETH buying BMNR? They go like, oh, Tom Lee. I'm like, Tom Lee's not worth 50%. I mean, he's the GOAT, but he's not worth 50%. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I'd rather go buy SBAT at 0.9. I'd rather buy $1 for 90 cents than buy $1 for $1.50. And I don't know if I was clear enough, but I guess I don't know. Yeah, there's some opportunity here. I like some of these pullbacks. I do like it. I do like him. Pullbacks are good. Don't be afraid of pullbacks. Just got to understand one time if the dip doesn't hold, that's when most people are going to get killed. I will get out. I will not F around and find out. Because why? Because I'm watching my account equity. I'm not watching individual positions. TLT, massive move today. Wow. Is that a breakout? Wow. That's long-term rates. That's 20 20-year inverse ETF of 20-year bond. 20-year bond. Yeah. Big move up today. Look, rates going lower actually does not mean it's a good thing for the market. By the way, I have a really cool video on the channel. You guys can check it out. I talked about it a couple times. Rates going lower, Fed cutting the rates aggressively while every asset class is all-time high cannot be good. People are going like, yo, it's great. It's going to be a melt-up. I'm not sure. What if the Fed is cutting rates because the economy is slowing down a lot faster than people think? And a slowdown is definitely not priced into this market, let alone a recession. I'm not talking about a recession, of course. Everything is red today. Okay, I like it. I like it. Yin is the... I think we're going to trade that one instead of individual names. Oh, look at that move, 57. Yeah, when that gets to 200 EMA, I'm all over that. Of course, Chinese names are going to be sold out. Of course, we started part due of tariff wars with China. We never settled the war with China anyway. Market just kind of forgot about it. Okay, we're good. All good. Green day, thank God to the puts. It would have been a bigger green day, but then, what can you do? You can't be perfection. Yeah, I don't mind getting put MSOX, SBET, we're accumulating. SMLR, we're in a merger. We're out of the puts. Yeah, those puts, I would have collected another 6K on that. Yeah. Actually, if I hadn't done anything, it would have been the best one. Sometimes the best ones are to sit on your hands. So I was long the 110 puts, which are in the money now, for expiring next Friday. I was short the 105 puts expiring today. Sometimes the best trades are the trades you don't make. But then with a week to go, you don't want to take a chance. Market's grinding every day higher. Your puts are melting. And I'm going like, let's just take a double. Let's take a double gift. Shit happens. Okay, folks. I'm going to go to the front. Let's answer some more questions and then say goodbye. I'll have a cup of coffee. Okay. Yes. Oh, there's a lot of questions. Hold on a second. I'm missing all this. Thoughts on AYG puts current market conditions? Yeah, it may be okay. I mean, look, everything's going to get overpriced now because VIX is at 21, right? IVs are going to open up. But yeah, I think there's complacency in the market with high yield stuff. High yield stuff as low as possible ever. So yeah, there may be a good play there, but I think you're complicating things. Just buy puts in the indexes or some other stuff. Buy puts on some of these overpriced donkeys. But then again, buying puts is not going to do it either. Be careful with it. Just short stocks or put debit spreads, because when the IV starts going this high, or it's going to, I mean, the market maker are adjusting already, I can tell, but everything is going to be adjusted. Every option price is going to be adjusted. So you don't want to also buy too many puts. But VIX has been as low as it's been. IV is pretty low, so you may have some chance of buying puts. Thoughts on sock sleeps? You mean what? Buying it? It's overpriced. I think everything is overpriced, personally speaking. Well, we'll die today, honey. I think you're a bot. Continuation to Esma. I'm one of my members from Quant Data. How do you like the hat, David? You like it? William sent me a hat. I promised I wear it. Yeah. We've been over it for 118 days or some ridiculous number. So once in a while, we got to go retest these things, right? I'm sure markets, they're all freaking out. I deserve my name called Iceman these days. Okay. This is not market shitting the bed, sir. You haven't seen market shitting the bed. Market shitting the bed was in April. Not this. This is just garden variety a little. ETHG is the 2x ETF, inverse ETF. Yeah, you can do that. I don't think ETH is going too much lower. That's why I'm buying SBET. If I thought that was going to shit the bed, I wouldn't do it. Is it really? I thought so. Do I like Lulu? Yes. No. Oh, you. What is you? I have no idea. What is it? You know, people ask me these things because they think I know everything. I'm like, I don't know anything. I mean, I know enough. You. Okay, let's see. What the fuck is it? Energy fields. Oh, okay. Oh, look at that. I mean, I would have liked it better than 8 is fucking 22. It's gone parabolic. All these parabolics will end in badly. But this, I actually, thank you for this. I will add this to my watch list. Buy on pullbacks. I won't buy it here with your money, but you can go ahead and do it. It's a 3-year chart. Bro, where were you at like 7, 8? Beautiful uptrend. Yes, definitely. I mean, it's extended, but I'll add this to my... Okay, members, add this to your watch list. I like it. Okay. MVC 6600. Where are we at? I don't even know where we're at. Are we like above it? Should we be buying puts? We're getting close. 6614. You know what they're going to do with it. You know what happens when we get to MVC, boys? 80% of the time is pivots. Do we even dare to trade some 0 DTs with the next hour, 2 hours? Do we? Do we dare? Maybe. Maybe. All right, see you next time, TB. What happened to buying this dip? And then you said market's shitting the bed. I don't know. You changed your mind that fast? You guys are trolling me, I think. I really do. I think you're all trolling me now. No, that's not going to 0. Yeah, you two are trolling me. I think you're just trolling me. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, cool. See you next time. David is on fire. Hopefully you saved your ass on that Iron Condor. Oh, is it really? I missed that. See, this is what I do when I'm doing these live streams. I'm missing all this action. Good morning, John. Yeah, it's costing me money doing these live streams, bro. 6,600 pivot. We would have made some money on those. I don't know. John says buy the dip. All right. Buy the dip. You didn't? How so? I doubled. You didn't wait. You got out too soon? Sometimes you just gotta be more patient. I didn't have those puts just to look pretty, my man. You know what I mean? And how could you not make money with that? Well, they're not. Well, what depends. What expiration are they? Are they next Friday? You're not going to get the full amount. You know that, right? When you have a PDS, you're going to get the full amount next Friday when it's in the money. Both sides in the money, you get the full amount. You're never going to get the full amount. But hopefully you paid $1 and got out at 2 or 3, because this is I don't know. Got out at 109. That doesn't mean anything. I'm talking about the option prices. I mean, if you had a 115, 110 PDS expiring next Friday, or did you have it daily? I don't know. I don't know any of the context here. So you're not giving me information. I was supposed to, next Friday. How? If you had a PDS, which is PDS stands for put debit spread, 115, 110, and you put it on at 2, that should be 3, 4 by now. Okay. How you not make money with that? I don't know. I mean, I had them. I had the 110s and today's expiration 105s. Mine like tripled now. I sold it at a double. So I don't know why you wouldn't make money with that. I don't know. We'll talk about it on the chat group. You can put your war stories on the Telegram chat group. All right, I'm gonna say bye. A few things. Every Monday, come back on Monday for bloody Monday crash. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff. Monday, trading with Sergio, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday, trading with Sergio, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Friday, Power Hour, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Every Wednesday, members only live, 4:30 p.m. Pacific. I do have a members group. They're wonderful, wonderful traders. If you're interested, click join and then email me, sergio@sergioavadian.com. I will send you the Telegram chat group link. They get a personal live stream every Wednesday. They get my trades live. And again, none of this is trading, financial, or investment advice. What I do is risky. Don't do what I do. I can do it. It works for me. It may not work for you. And then they also get the summary of my positions at the end of each day, which also I will post on the community page of the YouTube channel for regular subscribers, not the members, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I operate at full transparency. I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to hide. I wish everybody on YouTube and X would do that, because they just will post something. I'm like, how is that anything? I don't even know. Anyway, so all power to everybody. They do whatever they do. So what else? Oh, and last but not least, please, pretty please, go subscribe to my free newsletter on my new, well, 10-day-old, on my new website. I would appreciate that. You learn a lot. I'm trying to pay it forward, folks. I don't want your money. I'm not selling anything. I don't want your name. I don't want your phone number. All I want is an email. You just go subscribe, and then I'll send you a free newsletter. We talk about macro. We talk about stocks. We talk about interest rates. We talk about housing. We talk about investing, long-term, short-term, active, passive. It's going to be awesome. And it's connected with the YouTube channel, so you can watch some of the videos there. You know, it's a pretty cool website. And please tell your folks, because I said this before, I'm going to finish with this. You are in charge of your own financial future. F the government, F everything else. You are in charge. Information and education is power, but the correct one, not the mostly on X or YouTube. Follow somebody you trust, follow somebody you understand. They talk your language. That's it. Invest. That today we're pulling back. Invest. Long term, passive investing laps around active investing. All I'm telling you is start. Starting is the key point. Don't be bored with it. Drip, 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 drip. Compounding, power of compounding, you'll understand in a few years, especially if you're young. And but there's going to be something for everyone on the website. Newbies, traders, experience, whatever. And I'm going to start doing some webinars on that website. So please go subscribe to the newsletter. It should be like short. I don't want much more than 2 minutes of your attention. It's going to be like 500-600 words. So because I understand people, don't have the attention span they used to. So it's not going to be this heavy reading or anything, but just go subscribe and pass it on to your friends, relatives, because this topic, personal finance, not only that, but financial freedom. The future is in your hands. You are in charge of your future. Not me, not the government, not your parents, unless you're lucky, they're rich. Most of us are not. I wasn't. So education is power. Information is power. Use it. Use it to your advantage. Don't be a YOLO artist. Don't none of that stuff. Nice and steady. Just invest. Start investing. So there you go. I don't know. Should I just go YOLO and some puts Doug? Do you know something I don't know? Have you talked to President Trump? Do you know something I don't know? The trend is not your friend today. It's okay. It's a red day, folks. Don't throw a fit on X now. Please. My X feed is going to be full now. There's going to be diamond hands by the dippers, and there's going to be the perma bears who've been wrong for the last forever now. They're going to go, see, this is the start of something. I'm going to leave it with this. 2 things. My mentors used to say, big moves start with big moves. 1.5% is not that big of a move unless we melt down at the end of the day. That's one. And number two, may all your shorts go down and may all your longs go parabolic. I wish you a great weekend. I will see you guys on Monday. Trading with Sergio, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay healthy. It's just trading. Don't worry about it.